How to make your beginner house not suck.
Yeah, this looks really cozy, actually. I wish my starter base looked,
This clean.
yeah, because I spent a lot of time just living in a dumpy looking little house until I figured out how to do some stuff. And this is all just, day one materials. So like day one in Valheim, you could potentially have this. Spruce the place up a bit. All right, so what we got here is sort of this is what I envision most people making when they start Valheim. Something, it's got a roof over your head, it's got all the stuff you need for your first days in Valheim. And we're gonna show you guys a few things we could do to make it look a little bit cooler. Feel more like a home and not like a shack. I guess the very first step that you should take is to find a spot you want your base that's close to some resources and level your ground. I would strongly recommend that you frame everything because it just makes building a little bit easier. So now we got a nice level spot. We've got our frame established. We're just going to build something small here, like a 5x5, to sort of show off a few things that we can do to make it look like a house and not just a shack. Yeah, so one of the first things I like to do is if you do the floor where you snap one, then rotate 90 and snap another, you get this nice little, what do they call it? A patina. Takes a little bit extra time, makes a big difference though with the overall vibe of the base.
Yeah, that really makes a difference.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. It's something, you only got to do it once when you're making your floor. And I think it looks a whole heck of a lot cooler. Next thing I would mention is, personal preference, but wall height. I like a 2-high wall, like a 1.5 minimum. Yeah, you can get away with building just a 1-high wall, but in my opinion, it does not look very, like, realistic. Feels like you'd be bumping your head on everything. So what I like to do is go 2-high on everything.
Yeah, doing the 2-high wall also allows you to use the bigger door,
Yeah.
which looks
And the
much
big,
nicer.
yeah, it just feels like a door, and the other one feels like you're going through like a hatch or something. All right, so check it out, guys. We added some trim around the bottom, I guess you'd call it, like underneath the foundation. Building up on a little raised platform like this is good for different reasons. Like the ground clutter, like branches spawning in your base, is really annoying. So what I would do is, if I noticed a branch spawning in my base, I could always break a floor and knock the ground down a little bit to make it where it didn't spawn up in here. So having that as an option is always good. Now I guess we move on to the roof. And while it's tempting to just slap a roof on top of it, what I like to do is offset it a little bit. So if we go down one, out one, and over one, and snap it right there to that guy. And so we got to do the same thing on the other side to keep the symmetry alive. And while I'm snapping these roofs, I'm looking at the side of the roof to get it to snap right. Yeah, see, now we got this nice little overhang going on here. And then what I like to do is switch up the roof angle. If you like the tall roofs, fine, do it, go for it. But if we do a 26 with the 45, I like the way that looks. And with this being a 5x5 building, they're gonna meet up perfectly like so. And from the inside, you can look at the piece that's, what would you call it, beneath it, that you're snapping to, and you can roof pretty easily from the inside. So what we'll do now is we'll break these little guys that we put on there, because we'll come back and do some embellishment later. So, do you see what I did? So I went down one
And
out one.
Yep.
So I could snap my little thing there and have it look good. So So we'll do the same thing on the other side.
And that way the 45-degree angle piece won't be sticking out of your 26-degree roof.
Right. And we can come back in here with the 26s, and they should snap. Yeah, they snap lovely. Another thing you can do that I sort of like doing sometimes is like vary the way you got your walls flipped to create a little bit more depth out there. You know what I'm saying? So I flip those backwards as opposed to the other ones. And sort of create that little look right there. I will say this, especially on bigger build projects, building symmetrically and repeating the same steps in a sort of efficient manner will help just you not get confused, you know what I'm saying? Same thing on this front side, I'm gonna do it on the back side while I still got it fresh in my mind. Whereas if I went and did a bunch of other stuff, then I'd forget exactly what I did. So now we got this cozy looking little house. We're gonna do a porch, I think, next. I don't think I want to overhang the porch, you know? Give this just like a little different feel, you know?
So right now what I'm noticing is you're placing the 4x4 regular posts as trim.
Yeah.
On the edge of your porch to give it kind of like a realistic feel, I guess.
Yeah, just you know, add a little flavor to it. And I mean, we could, if we wanted to, we could extend the porch down lower. But I think I like that. I like the way that looks. That gives me good vibes, you know, feng shui. Alright, so what I'm doing here is getting ready to build a fireplace. And I always like to walk around my fireplace. I like the fire in the house for warmth and for cooking and stuff. And it's just cool to be able to walk around it, you know? So since we did our roof out like that, we know we need to come out one space. And we'll probably delete some of the trim up there to make it look good. We'll just see when we get there. So like, if I wanted to snap this big beam, which I don't know why you'd want to, if I wanted to snap it underneath, I could snap one next to it and then look at the corner of the big beam, and then it gives me another snap point that goes underneath.
Let me
yeah,
try so
yeah. So you do that.
So you're using the tall wooden pole.
Yeah. And see, it won't snap there.
And then by placing, yeah, I see it snaps right there, but if I were to just try and place it underneath on the underneath part, it won't go without the adjacent pole. You can go up with it too, right? So if say you were on the ground and you didn't want to build scaffolding up or whatever, and you couldn't place the next one up top, it's the same concept. You just place one to the side and then look at that and see now it's snapping, whereas before you couldn't get it up top without being above it.
On the corners, I just added my vertical beams to make it. Oh, I didn't do this one on purpose. Come here, check this out. Yeah, see, you know, just get that in there to make it look finished. And we'll do some embellishments later. That's your favorite thing, isn't it?
Yeah, can't do a build without embellishments.
I think I get it from over here.
What are you trying to...
No, that ain't it. Break that for me.
Hang on. Is that what you wanted?
Yeah. So what we did there is we built off one so we could get it to sort of overlap. Because I don't know, like I'm kind of, I like things that look like they would sort of make sense. And it's like I would want my chimney to be sort of overhanging. That way it's like the rain doesn't get in. You know what I'm saying? And that just creates a little bit extra dimensions on our roof line here.
So when you snapped this angled roof piece, the top cap piece or whatever, thatch roof ridge or whatever they call it, where did you snap it to?
I built just the one little piece out, and then I snapped it to the sideways one.
Oh, I think you're talking about, yeah, I see. You're talking about
the
T.
I'll show you.
You made the T frame and then you snapped it.
So I did one of these guys. And then I need more wood, but snap it, yeah.
Here, let me just, that right there.
And then you would just look at the little 1 by 1, the little 1 meter piece, and then boom.
Okay.
And then once we had it up there, of course I didn't want the 1 meter beam staying, so I deleted it and put the 4 meter. Or 2 meter? Whatever it is, 2 meter, yeah. I think we can put our little cross back here and I think it'll look okay. Actually, I think I like that even better.
That looks really good.
Now this is cool, and I like these. This is one of my favorite build pieces in the game. Is the inverted angles. I think this should work. It might not work, but what we'll do is we'll put a cross there. Isn't that nice? And then we'll put some beams here, frame it off. Do you you got your hoe with you?
I do.
Can you raise this ground right here?
Oh.
Now, can you stand like right here and then level right below you? Is that pretty flat?
No. Hang on.
You might have to raise another piece.
It's sloped. Oh, well. That's
Wag it.
Here, I might put torches up in here real quick while you're doing that. Do you want my hoe?
Boom. Alright, so now we got our smoke venting. I think it looks good. Looks good, happy with that.
It looks really good. Yeah, that looks really good. I like how the smoke comes out from both sides. Very cool.
And early on, like this is the way to put your fire in your house. Because you can't put it outside, but that's annoying when you're trying to cook and having to fight gray dwarfs or whatever. Alright, so another cool thing about like when I made this fireplace, like eventually you're going to have a hearth, and with it being this wide, you can easily put a hearth in that space. But now we want to do some winders, let some of that light in, you know. And I feel like what we'll do is, since we're 5x5, we know we can do the middle and be in the middle. And you might be thinking, well, ain't them critters gonna get in here? Well, no.
Mhm.
The only thing you would have to be worried with getting in here is bats. And at the point in the game that you're building a base sort of like this, that you're not going to be worried about it. So to get these cross beams to snap right, you see I built the little small one up, and I'm going to build a small one across so I can get a vertical tall boy in there. Boom. And now I'll go get more wood. Could we get fancy with it? Let me see something. We could do one of them's. And I think we can snap a wall in there too. Oop. So, boom.
Yeah.
There. Alright, so we got winders in. Then we'll probably do some right here too. Front windows.
Yeah, I like how the cross gives the windows kind of like a slanted look from the outside. Instead of it being just a square, it's kind of got a point at the top.
So what I had to do here was use the small squares to put my window where I want it, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was building in between the two. And we'll do a cross up there, embellishment. So now we got, I kind of like that, actually. I meant to do a cross beam, hold on.
Yeah, that actually looks really good.
I don't know if that's like big enough for stuff to attack you through, but we'll leave it like that for the time being, because you can always go back and add a cross beam to it. Hold on, I'm gonna add some stuff here on the corners. Perfect. And I'm adding beams around the door here to do a door frame, if you will. Now, in a little setup like this, what I would probably do for my bed is I would put it in the corner. That way we're by the fire. And then I would probably, I guess that would be fine right there. Just have your crafting station in front of the window. And then we'll put the forge over here. I honestly think we'd do it like this. Just put it right here.
Are you gonna do like a shelf of boxes?
Yeah.
Yeah, either on that corner, or just like directly behind you on this wall would probably be fine. Right there, closer to the workbench.
Yeah. So in order to achieve this, you guessed it, we're using those little 1 meter beams again. And what you can do is once you get your space in with the one, you can sort of frame it out if you want to. You can leave it not framed out as well. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna put boxes in here. Have this little shelf area. The one on top too. Why not? Now, when you build a little shelving unit like this, the top ones are always trickier to get to, so I build a little ladder.
Yeah, I think that the frame around these boxes really adds a ton to this space.
Yeah. I had an idea. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
that
that went-
one's
yeah,
too
that-
tall. Yep. There you go. That's the correct snap point. Now that looks really good. What are you adding over there?
Just the little. Here, I'm coming over here to do it. So you can give your roof a little bit extra depth if you just pop that bad boy off there. But now it's got this little weird thing inside that I'm not crazy about. You know what I'm saying?
You could just continue this window up.
Yeah. Yeah, here we go.
What did you put on there?
I did the wood cross.
Oh, the 45?
Yeah, I will have to see if it looks stupid outside.
Oh, that looks, from in here, that looks really good. It almost gives it like a church-like window.
Dude, I love it, man. It looks good.
Yeah, and that's one of the things about, not to segue in the middle of your tutorial, but that's one of the things about base building, especially in the beginning, is don't be afraid to break it and try something new. Because I don't think anyone told Mandudeyus any of these tips and tricks. I think it was all trial and error.
I watched a few tips and tricks videos, but once you just get in there and start getting after it, you know.
Right, and all the materials, once you break a building item, you get all the materials back, so there is no consequence for experimenting during your build.
Yeah, that looks really cool now. And then whenever you're building, you always want to be think about where your next expansion is going to go. So with like this base layout, you could build like more houses, you know, have like a little village if you wanted and make them all look similar styles, or like knock out this side wall. And then I'd probably switch the entire angle of the roof, so I'd have one going this way and then the other going 90 degrees the other way, you know. Just use those interior roof pieces to make it meet.
I was gonna say you could expand out the back. But you gotta watch out because if you're partial to these raspberries, you know, it kind of like how you did at your base where you could walk all the way around your fire.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what you could, if you wanted to come out back, you could just kind of extend out the walkway around the fire and then build another section out back. Kind of have like the Viking longhouse feel.
Yeah. Oh, I know what we need.
No.
More X's.
Dude, you can never have enough X's.
I was a little partial to the chimney without the X, but
Go ahead, break it then.
no,
No, I'm not.
no,
I'm
it's
not.
fine.
No, no,
It's
no.
fine.
No, I'm not. I'm not hung up on that X.
It's fine. The chimney looks really good.
Yeah, it looks cool. So, you know, just all basic wood stuff. Oh, we should probably let's put some torches out. You got torch stuff? And while it's storming outside, we work on the inside bits.
Yeah, once you've finished your build, all that's left is to add embellishments. You like that? You like how I said that? You like how I said that?
Yeah, sure. Now, once you finish your build, all you've got to do is decorate. I like the. You like the rafters?
I love the rafters.
I like that. We could do a middle beam too. Another thing I was thinking about doing is like you could do a little window ledge if you want, like a little window seal. And just create a little, a little extra depth.
And that's just
Now this-
one 4x4.
Yeah, it's not like that. It won't snap like that, so you just gotta eyeball it. But can't nobody tell. And if you wanted to get crazy with it, you could like come in here and whoop, like throw some of this stuff in there, you know? I ain't mad at that.
Oh yeah, I really like that. The extra framing around the window.
You just give it a little bit more depth. Suppose we could probably do something like that to the door frame as well if we wanted to. Well, you know what we can do? While we're here looking at stuff. That'll look really cool. Come off those little cross pieces over the windows. Give it a nice little one of those whoop-de-deals. See it?
Yeah, that looks really nice.
It sort of mirrors what's going on in the back wall too. So I guess the TLDR, the wrap up, the conclusion. I don't know. In conclusion, I guess what I would say is level your ground, frame your house, build 2 walls high at least, overhang your roof, and then go crazy with some embellishments, and then you'll have a nice looking little starter base.